Mikayla Nogueira and Selena Gomez team up. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello! My name is Sebastian, and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, listen. First of all, I wanted to welcome you all. I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys have clicked on this video. If you are brand new, my whole vibe on my channel is like we're on a FaceTime call, okay? Listen, you know what? The world is very dark right now, and sometimes we just need a little distraction, a little release, a little fun, and sometimes we feel a little bit alone, and the whole purpose on my channel is to keep you company. So listen, if you are in the market for a new messy bestie who spills tea from his very sparkly closet, make sure to hit that subscribe. All right, you guys, we gotta talk about Michaela, Kim Kardashian. Nogueira. If you guys don't know who she is a very famous TikToker. I actually met her at a Paris Hilton event, and she was honestly so freaking nice. I'll tell you about that actually before we get into the tea, because I'll forget later on. All right, best friends, so let me tell you a little bit about my meeting with Michaela before we get into this tea. I was at a Paris Hilton event, and this girl, like, we were waiting in line to say hi to Paris, and it was just like a selective few of us. And there was like security everywhere. There was a sea of paparazzi, and I know Paris's team, so they came over and said hi, and then whatchamacallit, so Paris's team came over, and you know, they said hi and whatever, and then they started talking to the girl next to me, and I was like, who is this queen? And I noticed that the girl next to me was like surrounded by Paris's team, and also had like a couple of people from the event coming up to her. I'm like, oh, she must be an influencer. Then I really look at her, and she's like literally right next to me, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Michaela. That's Mikayla Kardashian Nogueira. And I was like, oh my god, girl. So when Paris's team left, I was eavesdropping, bitch. I was of course listening, and they were basically telling her that if she wanted to meet Paris would love to meet her, blah blah blah. And so they're like, okay, just wait here, and we'll arrange for you, to say hi to Paris. Anyways, I turned around and I'm like, hey, Michaela, how are you? She goes, hi, darling, whatever. And we just started talking about like Paris, and Michaela was super excited to see Paris because I think it was her first time. So we were like talking about how beautiful Paris is in person. Then I also told her that I thought that, that I loved the way she said Kim Kardashian, and she started laughing. And then she asked me what I did, and I told her I was like a TikToker, YouTuber. And then she said that, oh my god, I think I've seen one of your videos, because she did comment on one of my videos. And we started talking a little bit about that, and then that's it. And then her team got her to go say hi to Paris, and then shortly after I did my thing with Paris. But she was incredibly nice. She was so sweet. And you know, one thing I liked about Michaela was that like people were like kind of looking at her, like not all of them, but there was some people looking at her, and she was so like involved in our conversation. And usually I've met a lot of influencers who are not interested in you if you are not up in their status. So it was very refreshing to see someone so big in the in the social media world be so nice. So which is so sad for me to even think that I have to give props to people for being nice, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's how I met Mikayla Nogueira. But I can't believe I told her that I love the way she said Kim Kardashian, and I said it like that too, and she laughed. Anyways, so now moving on to the tea, Michaela just announced that she will be teaming up with Selena Gomez in Rare Beauty. Check this out.
I have been keeping a massive secret from you, and I cannot hold it in any longer. Introducing POV Labs X Rare Beauty. I cannot believe this is happening. I know what you're thinking. What the hell is she talking about? Introducing POV Labs. POV Labs is a masterclass immersive experience with you in mind. I've been an influencer for 5 years, and I've noticed one thing. There's a shit ton of influencer events. But what about you? You are the people who make this happen. You make this happen. Where does Rare Beauty come in? Let me explain. I'm so grateful that Rare Beauty is doing this with us that we have to do a full face. Very first POV Labs experience is this Saturday in Boston. It sold out in less than 1 minute. Brands, listen up. Like I said, Point of View Labs is a masterclass experience. And this is only the first one. I had to do the first one in Boston. And there are 2 things that make POV Labs really unique. Number 1, it is a consumer-facing event. It's not an influencer event. There will be some influencers there who you'll get to meet, but it's for you. Invite list is 90% my followers, 10% influencers. Number 2, and here's where Rare Beauty comes in. Each POV Labs is gonna partner with a different beauty brand that I love. Isn't that so fucking cool? So brands, if you're watching this and you wanna be the next partner of POV Labs, you know where to find me. I am so grateful that Rare Beauty is the first POV Labs partner. Basically, how it works, it is a free, that was important to me, masterclass where I will be there teaching you how to use Point of View. And Point of View is prep for makeup. So we're partnering with different makeup brands to show how you can use so many brands on top of Point of View. This is the coolest shit ever. Like, are you kidding me? Not only is the event free, but you will get Point of View for free. You will get the products from the brand we partner with for free. So this Saturday, they are getting Point of View and Rare Beauty products. You get to hang out with me. Is this not fucking iconic? This is just the beginning. If you want me to come to your city, leave it in the comments. We're already planning the next one. And let me just say, it might be in a different country. I'm just so grateful I get to do this, to be able to connect with my followers in person, give you that incredible influencer experience that I have grown to fall in love with and I know you will love. All local community, local influencers. You will leave there having learned so much, maybe even made friends. Like I said, the Boston one this Saturday sold out in a minute. These are meant to be intimate events, okay? It's not gonna be 500 people. It is a small group on purpose so we can connect, learn together, experience something super special. I don't want people to feel intimidated or overwhelmed. I want you to feel welcomed. Also, if there's a brand you think I should partner with for POV Labs, let me know. I definitely have my dream brands. I think Makeup by Mario is a dream for me. Elf would be a dream for me. Oh my God, Kosas would be a dream. I'm incredibly grateful I can do this. Like I said, the first POV Labs sold out in less than a minute. This is something you're not going to want to miss out on when we come to your city. So you need to follow POV Beauty on Instagram. That's where all the details are to figure out how to sign up. I'm incredibly proud of this project. I cannot wait for the first one. I have one singular ticket to go to POV Labs in Boston. If you're in Boston and you want to go this Saturday, leave a comment telling me why you want to go, and I'm going to pick someone. I'll see you Saturday.
You know what? I have to say, Michaela, I am so incredibly proud of you for doing this. I don't know much of the lore of Michaela because I know every time I talk about Michaela, a lot of people don't like her. I don't really keep up with the beauty community, but any influencer who gives back to their audience is already on my good list. You know, it's like I'm checking a list and I'm checking it twice. I think that it's so refreshing because I'm telling you guys, I live in Los Angeles. I have seen influencers talk. I've heard them talk, okay, before posting a video or launching a brand of how, you know, you guys are basically just money signs to them, okay? And I think that this is so wonderful because influencers nowadays only care about selling a product or promoting a song or a brand or, you know, a product, whatever it is. And I think it's so freaking refreshing that this is free. And also, like, for makeup brands to provide, you know, free makeup, and for Michaela also to provide her free, you know, thing, or her skincare is amazing. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. I think that this is so refreshing. I know that she's obviously using her brand, but girl, every time I go to Sephora, I don't know about you, but every time I go to Sephora, I feel like I'm being lied to just to sell a product. And I know that it's not every Sephora, but I worked at MAC Cosmetics, okay? I worked at MAC. I did PR for them. I also worked retail for like a couple of weeks. You gotta, train in every single department. And they have daily goals that they have to sell. So of course they're encouraging you to sell so you can get your daily goal. Not sure how it is in Sephora, but I know that everyone has a daily goal, or they need to sell, because that is their job. So sometimes I'm like, bitch, are you selling me this because you need to make your goal, or you really think that this is a good skincare? You know what I mean? And I always, like, last time I went there, like, I really needed, like, sort of like this foundation, and I was just like, oh, I just don't trust anybody, and I don't have money to spend, to just throw away, you know what I mean? And this was like before I got into really makeup, and I obviously ended up going with Rare Beauty because my best friend, she stepped in and helped me. But when I was there, they were just showing me all of these like foundations, and I'm like, you are not hearing what I am saying. And I felt like I was just being kind of like played with, you know what I mean? So to hear and to be sat down by an influencer who has a brand and who is providing all this for free, I will fucking listen to her. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you have to really be realistic and be like, bitch, I don't have $100 to throw away in the garbage. If I have $100, I need to spend $100 on something that's really gonna freaking work, because bitch, I can barely fucking buy eggs. Going to the grocery store is like Hunger Games, okay? And also I have to say, like, obviously this is a great way for her to promote her brand, but this is also a great way for her to give back. And I think it's fabulous. And I have to say, I applaud her because she is doing more than a lot of other influencers with that power, okay? Because let me tell you something, girl. When it comes to influencers wanting to sell you something, they're very active on social media. They love their fans. But influencers only send to influencers. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's so funny. Like, rich people only send to rich people. Influencers only send to influencers. I'm like, girl, they're not actively going out and buying your product. We are. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, if I were like a famous influencer, I always thought about this, but I would have somebody like kind of, oversee my comment section and like, pick always people who are constantly commenting, who are constantly sharing, who are constantly supportive, and I would get their information and send them all the products. I mean, listen, these influencers send to other influencers, obviously, to promote, to cross promote, to elevate their brand and, use the other people's platform. Like, I get all of that, but trust and believe, these influencers are not going out of their way to buy and to support you. We are. And we are the ones that you should keep happy. And I think Michaela is doing an excellent job in that. And in the climate that we are right now, where the world is so incredibly freaking dark, this is a wonderful, wonderful little gift that she is given. She is teaching you how to apply skincare, makeup. You get to meet her. It's a free meet and greet. I think it's amazing. And before you start saying that I'm on a payroll and I'm getting paid to say any of these positive things, girl, I'm not, okay? Please, you guys know me very well. I talk about my heart, and I have to say, anything that involves a good gesture and an influencer giving and being selfless, for me, gets a round of applause, because influencers only think about themselves. Period. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. If she goes to your city or your country, will you go? I would definitely go, honey. If Michaela, next time you reopen a city or you come to Los Angeles, honey, she said that it's going to be 90% real fans and 10% influencers. So if I fall into the influencer one, or if you can tell me how to, do it, I think she said to go on her Instagram, the POV Instagram, and then that will, show you. But Boston got sold out in a minute. So I'm like, girl, it's going to be the Hunger Games. But listen, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. So Michaela, honey, congratulations. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I love you all so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah. Bye.